Alright, Empyrion, welcome back, or YouTube, I'm sorry, welcome back. This is part 11 of this beginner guide, and basically at this point I'm just giving you a preview of what you can work towards and pick. Alright, so let's see. We've looked at the other two ships, or the ship I just left, and there's my old jump ship. I don't even hardly use it anymore. I had to try and take it close to a space station and get it obliterated. Anyway, start to get a little bit of a clutter out in space is the problem. So now the last two ships that I have purchased were quite a lot better, but they took a long time, took a lot of materials to make. I think this one, the War Chain, takes like 18 hours to build, and so I was just busy farming and doing all kind of goofing off when I got that far. So anyway, here is the MSS Ambry. It's found right here in the factory. Okay, it takes a good amount of materials. It took a little while to get this. It actually takes a decent amount of zirconium, eristrium, and all that, but once you have that, any of those large vessels I've showed, it's real easy to get to other universes. Kind of watch your back and find what you need to throw in the factory. And so the landing pad for it is right here. This one has 4 projectile weapons by default, and I'm pretty sure that I added 2 lasers, but I'm not 100% sure. So another nice thing about it is I can turn off my jump jets, and it has a gravity well, and it has an elevator to get right inside. So back here in the back, you got a few refrigerators, a stove. I don't know why I need 3 really large refrigerators. I really have no idea. Okay, it's got a decorator. Oh no, that's a repair station, so if your stuff starts to get beat up, you can take it and put it in there. Armor locker, O2, and a health thing. But you can see I'm starting to take a little radiation damage. Now on this game, I hadn't figured out that there was an actual radiation booster, so that's why I'm getting that a lot more frequently. And then I put a few medical devices in here. So I don't know why I put a bed in, just because. And then this part was kind of scary. I actually, when you start taking blocks out to put your garden in, because this did not have a garden, so I did this manually. When you take one of these out, you can see space right there. So I had made up tons of steel blocks and saved the game before I tried it. And so this is my first real attempt at any kind of construction. Now, this thing is really cool. It has a advanced constructor ship style on each side, and it has its own storage unit. And of course, you had to do a little bit of mapping in here, or actually, so when you open up the constructor, it is going to just regular old container controller. Excuse me. I had to figure out which one was across from each other, because this is constructor number 3, and across from it is the regular container controller. And then 2 was pretty, actually no it wasn't. 2 is straight across from first container controller, but this is the way it was set by default, by the way. And you can rename those if you want, but I'm kind of lazy, so, and I was, made a titanium production out of this area, and then the first one threw in a shower just in case I get radiation. And the first one is right here, and I had all of my I basically did all of my most normal construction in this one, and I actually kind of intend to make this ship a little viable again, because it is a farming and constructing beast, and that way I'll just jump into a universe and strip it down. And the reason for that is, go ahead and turn this off. Whoops. So I think when it's off, the elevator function will still work. I'm not positive, so I'm going to turn off the jump jets. And yeah, the elevator's still kind of working, but then the door won't open, so I'm going to turn the jump jets back on. And the only reason I turned it off is so it doesn't just sit there and waste fuel. But yeah, I think I'm going to use this ship again. Now, I took off the stuff. There's those two giant mining lasers, and they're okay, all right. But you kind of have to go into first-person view inside the ship to be able to see what you're doing. That's all right too, but it just I had a real hard time mining stuff with it, and so, in my opinion, I'm going to show you where is the last vessel. And okay, so here's the war chain, and I really like this ship. So it has actually laser cannons, and I don't remember what the other things are. It's got a lot of great weapons. It has a couple of forward-facing ones that you can actually left-click, which a lot of those turrets, you know, you're just hoping that they hit their thing on auto. This one has, you can see the two forward-facing back here and two forward-facing up here. It has an opening hangar on the top side that you can put a ship in. It has a hangar on the back that you can bring your ship in that way. Okay. And then, oops, let me get back in and turn it off. A lot of times, if you just point at a ship, you can hit Y. Okay, but if I'm pointing at the little one, it doesn't matter. It turns on and off the big one, so I tend to get back in. All right, now this ship, just a barrel of fun. It has, of course, it says danger radiation. If I go in there, I'm going to start getting poisoned, but that's where my generator's at. There's the no, that's the warp drive, isn't it? I think that's the warp drive. No, hull shield, I apologize. Okay. Now back here's your ammo container, so I don't have anything in that side. There's another one over here. It has, you know, laser charges, and these are, I think that's the missiles. Yeah, the missiles for the ship. That's some other missiles. This might just be like artillery. I can't remember. Anyway, this had a lot of stuff you had to put in. Now, the bad thing about having laser-only weapons is when I fly into a planet, they won't attack anything. So I'm thinking about putting some projectile weapons on this ship, and then I can go around destroying moon bases at will, because those are a little tougher. It has an O2 station. It has a repair station, so you can... Now you have to... If it's your armor that you're doing, you have to go to an armor locker, take it off, bring it over here and stick it in, that kind of thing. Anyway, not a big deal. And then it has two constructors, which one of them I've set up with all of my main stuff, and it's making that, and then the other one, I believe I tried to put most of my stone in here so that I don't accidentally, yeah, so stone and pentaxid and promethium, so I can constantly be making, you know, if I need more iron ore or copper ore that I haven't found any, I can make it in here without it going away. I can make, I need to get more trees so I can make gunpowder and stuff and just jam this full of trees. Anyway, this is sufficient enough, but I kind of do still like the constructor ship for being able to really go to town. It has its own medical bay, okay, and it has a lot of the devices. This was all by default. I didn't do this. It has a bunch of containers, and I can't even think what I would do with all of them. So it has a front exit. All right, and I did find that with a lot of capital vessels, if you go down to the planet's surface, you're not going to be able to get back in your ship. So, all right, now I'm not going that way yet, because if you come up here, it has a garden, and in this one, looks like stuff is ready, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it real quick and stick it in the fridge. Come on. There we go. Okay. So this one has a refrigerator, and I'm actually experimenting in this game with making cheeseburgers instead of just rations. And so you need a little grain. You got to keep water in the refrigerator because to make the milk it has to, I think it takes protein and water. You need grain and vegetables. So I can usually make 10 at a time. Oh, the grain just got ready, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. So yeah, that's kind of a fun little experiment. At one point on a video, someone had told me that you can grow everything you need for emergency rations in a garden, but if you look here, emergency ration, there they are. So they need what is it? If I go to hot beverage, I think it needs buds. Yeah, it needs 2 buds. There's no plant that you can make that is actually buds. So if you look there, that's a fruit, that's a vegetable, that's a grain, so on and so forth. Vegetables, crop type I'm looking at there in the middle, grains. Anyway, so you can't make buds in the constructor, so or in this stove, what do you call it? Food processor. Thank you. So anyway, that's the kitchen area. It has more than I'm ever going to use because I don't know what I'm doing. And then I don't even know what's up the next level, to be honest. Let's go look. Okay, there's kind of like a little hotel room with a TV and all that good stuff. Good ventilation, so that would be awesome for me. A shower. And on this other side, it looks like there's just another one. So if you're playing, I guess, multiplayer, if you find a server, you and your friend could be on the ship and have your own assigned rooms and all that good stuff. What a great little thing. All right, and then last but not least, you come down here. Actually, up one level. Here's the armor lockers. Turn it back to first person. And you got a ton of them. So I guess if you wanted to, you could tell your buddy, hey, this one's yours, this one's mine, so on and so forth. Not real sure how to even play this game full-on multiplayer. I think someone has to provide you with a server code, and I really don't know. Maybe that's for future, but anyhow. And then finally, to get into the cockpit, there's an elevator right here, and there you are. Now this one has, you can drive from either chair, but since I kind of work in the aircraft world, we would consider that the co-pilot seat and that the pilot chair. So anyway, and again, this vehicle is actually kind of sluggish with turning, okay? But it has, you can see there, it has missiles. Let's see. All right. And then it has big laser bolts. And then, of course, it has a super detector. And then I'm going to come over here. I know I've stripped this Prometheum asteroid down big time. It's actually the one hiding behind it, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to come over here and show you what yeah, see, there's this rock is hiding in the way. And if you try and hit that, it actually tells you you can't farm that. So I'm going to fly up pretty close to this thing and kind of aim towards the bottom of it. And you're just going to have to use your imagination that there's actually some valuable materials in here. But you hit the P key, go to devices, and I have put on a drill turret, which is right on the front of the ship. And man, you can look at how you can go through asteroids with that. And then you just hit the F key again to exit it, and you're back to driving your ship. And if you want to reposition, because you can see, let's real quick go back into it. There's like limitations to how far up it can go. That's as far up as it can go. So if I was still pointed at the bottom, I wouldn't be able to get that. But you know, if you just sit there and do this, you can take apart an asteroid pretty quick. So, and then from there, that's about all I have to showcase. Thanks for watching. I hope that this beginner Oh yeah, I forgot to show you, which you can figure out, but this one is the T4 Destroyer. You can see it needed a ton of materials. 12,000 Sathium ingots. So, oh, that's the other thing. So, when you decide, okay, I'm ready to go to another universe, it's kind of a crapshoot. You don't even know what you're going to find there. Even if you open the info panel, this shows which ones I visited, which is nice because if you forget where you were and you know that you wanted to go back and get some more, you can say, hey, that was where I was at. But that's not real helpful in figuring out, does this thing actually have what I want? Now, it does have a thing down here, and it kind of describes what it has, but I mean, all the ionized metals and neutrometals, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm not that smart. I don't know if that's real scientific jargon there or if that's something they put in. And of course, you can always that you can go to the Empyropedia and look through things. I guess I should have shown that earlier, but I haven't used it a whole lot. Basically, the only time I was using it is when I got some kind of infection and I didn't know how to deal with it. And it tells you what you can do. When not cured, it'll actually kill you, that kind of thing. So you can use, anti-parasite injections or decontamination kits or medical stations and all that good stuff. You're going to have to read through that. I'm not going to sit here and make you listen to me read to you too much because that would be miserable. But anyway, I think that is about as far as I can take this. One thing, if you pick a universe that is, so that one is 12 light years away, okay. That one's 21. Your furthest jump, so if I lock that target, it says its distance is 38.1 light years. Your furthest jump is going to be 29.9 or 30 light years. So if I hit K, it's going to tell me I can't go any further than 30 light years. So you would have to jump to a system that's close to that and jump back. Of course, this vessel, if I go into this section and look in here, I have a pretty good amount of pentaxid, so no problem. And then of course, I kind of showed you that constructor down there. So I actually did change the label on this one. So here's my containers. I have two 48K containers. And so I labeled the one that was actually attached to constructor 2, so I knew which one it was. And there it is. I can pick up all of this pentaxid and stuff it into the warp drive. So I'm in really good shape on this ship. It's ready to go. It's kind of got everything. And you can jump around the universe. Let's see. Now when you go to let's find a place I can actually jump. So let's go. Yeah, okay, so Elyon, remember that. Like every game I've ever played, you're in the Elyon system, even though all the planets that I get to and the layouts are different name. So, and it shows the warp lines of where I've been. And so far I'm just trying G-class systems because that's what I was in. Actually, I tried one F-class system and I wasn't real impressed. So anyway, but I'm going to branch out from there. That's 21.4 light years, so I can actually go to this one. Well, I'm going to go this cold asteroid and get that off the... Oh, yeah, so if you have your shield activated, you can't jump, so you have to come in here, turn it off, and then you can jump. And don't forget, right when you get to the universe that you're going to, there we go. Oh, wait. Okay, so when you first jump to a universe, it takes you right to the sun. And then you have to open up your galaxy map. And then you can start looking, okay, what am I doing? And of course, the first thing you're going to want to really search out when you do your first jump ever is you're going to want to find a pentaxid resource, because you want to make sure you have your hyperdrive full to be able to get back where you came from. So that's the first thing I look for when I go to a new universe. And usually all of these have had them. I haven't found one that didn't. And then, pardon me. But once I made my first jump, there was a bounty of all the stuff I couldn't seem to find in my local solar system. The biggest one being the Zascosium, because it is required for every really large vessel. One other thing I want to point out, and if I get to it before you do, I will probably make a video about it, but this P4 cruiser that I've been using on the other game, because then I can dump in anything to it to build towards another ship, it has a size class 12 and it's red. So I'm not sure if I'm even going to be able to build it until I meet some other criteria. But I'm very excited to try it out because it has a combat attack of 1101 and a defense of 2152. So obviously it has a really nice pentaxid shield on it. And well, that was the other thing. When you're in your ship, you have to... How did I do that? Oh, I guess whatever's in your pentaxid tank, this will constantly use it. So you do have to kind of keep an eye on that it doesn't go down where you can't jump. And then you can see when I activate the shield, it takes it a little while to get back to being ready to go. So that is... I'm going to go get to this gold asteroid just so I can get it off. I marked it on my HUD because I was desperately seeking gold, and then I forgot to remove it, and you can't remove it unless you are in the same universe, which actually, let's see if I can. Nope, so I have to go towards it, and I had totally worn it out, so let's see, I need to turn off the shield before I can jump, and the K key once again. And there you have it. Now maybe I can take that off. Of course, I guess it's not bad to have, since I haven't really done this universe, it's not bad to have an easy reference point where I don't have to... You know what, I'm going to leave it on, because then from whatever universe I'm in, I can jump back here. So, that is my base, the Blue Moon base. I'm going to go home. Alright. Hope that this was helpful and informative. I hope that I didn't waste a lot of your time with too much talking. I tried to be busy while I was telling you what I was doing and showing you what I was doing, and that way maybe you can avoid some of the frustration that I got into. And now I'm gonna have to try creative mode and make some of my own large vessels and see how that works out, because I'm very excited about that. Oh, and I guess for his final showcase, make you see if you think it's worth all the effort to get this far by this point. Let's find that. So here's that other frigate. I'm gonna go ahead and save because I'm a wuss, but it seemed to me I took him apart pretty bad the last time we had a disagreement, so I'm gonna go ahead and fly over there and mess with him a little bit. But there's nothing really else I'm gonna accomplish this video, so if you don't care about that, thanks for watching, and leave some comments, questions. Maybe I'll try to make another video to address them. Obviously, leave critiques. I appreciate it. This is my first ever YouTube series that I tried to do, and I'm also very interested in JavaScript, so look forward to JavaScript with jammin. in future videos. I've moved to Vue.js. I started in Python Django and I really liked it, but I didn't really understand how to manipulate the document object model, so I've kind of transitioned to JavaScript because I wanted to be able to do that. And that probably doesn't mean anything to you, but if you're slightly interested in doing a little coding, I'm going to try and do a basic approach to that too, and hopefully I can help you with that if that's something you're interested in. So, just kind of making some noise. That heavy fighter is actually one that I built, and then when I stripped it down, it left the name of it, and if you drive over there, I can actually get stuck on it, so that's no fun. Anyhow, this Empyrion class frigate actually got me a couple times when I was in smaller ships, so I'm going to pay him a visit and maybe make amends since I finally have a decent sized ship with some good weapons. And let's see. What I am going to make sure that I have a ton. There's a container for my regular one. Look at that. I've been making ammunition like crazy because I wanted to make sure I had all the ammo I needed. Right, so real quick. And I'm not sure which one I had put the stuff in. There it is. I'm going to put all... No. That ain't the right one, is it? No, yeah, it is. Hello. I'm going the wrong direction. I'm gonna put all this good ammo in there. I need some more missiles. I guess I'll have to figure out why I can't make those. There we go. Now, looks like he's moving away from me a little bit. Now, that's another thing. Oh, wow. It's a little loud. I hope it hasn't been that loud the whole time. I apologize, guys. Do that. I hope you've been able to hear me talk. I hate to have to redo all these. Anyway, that's a little better. So in the smaller capital vessels, you can pretty much outrun any vessel that's coming after you. So if you decide that something like this is coming at you that you don't want to fight, because you're going to see it actually is going to take me a little bit to win this battle. I've done it before, and then I had some other big mistake, and I reloaded a previous save on this game when I was playing, and I never did go back and get him. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this guy. Here we go. It'll be go time here in a second. I'm going to hit him first with missiles. And as I see him start firing, I know we're in range. Oh, there it goes. My ship started firing on him. And once you fire the missiles on this ship, it takes it a little while to get reloaded. So I just kind of switch back and forth, because you can fire the laser bolts big time. And then he doesn't seem to be firing at me. Oh yeah, he is. There we go. Okay. So you can see my shield's taking a little damage. You can see his is at 0% there. So everything that I'm doing is inflicting regular damage. So I really, really like this war chain. It's not invincible for sure, but I don't believe I'm even taking any structural damage at this point. So I think that my shield is absorbing all of it, and then you can just keep flying around this ship. Now, I will say that once you get done with this, you can get in there and start messing around. This ship is completely full of aliens, and that's great for getting gear and stuff, but you're going to want to save pretty regularly when you're inside there, and even come back out and stuff like that, because yeah, they will mess you up. I'm just trying to target the guns. Whoops, I got a little too close since I couldn't see anymore. I think we've destroyed all the engines, so he can't even move. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, the war chain's a little bit better than your other ships to deal with stuff like this, and if it does get to where it looks like my shield is going to go offline, I will, I'm a chicken, so I'll run away. I'm not ashamed to tell you that. And see that I've pretty much disabled all of his weapons. So you can just sit there and at some point your sorry. At some point your auto target will stop getting stuff. I think once it's decided that the engines are disabled enough, I don't know. But anyway, the war chain, it's pretty good. Yeah. I imagine if you get into PvP, you better build your own, though. I've seen some videos that this thing just wouldn't even stand up to them for very long at all. So, and then can't tell if he's still shooting at me or not, because my shield keeps going down. Or there it goes. It's starting to build back. So I guess I've taken out all of his guns. And at some point my ship stops attacking. That's because I've destroyed enough stuff. I'm not sure what it's even going for at this point, but anyway. Oh, he's still moving. I guess there's some engines in there somewhere, or maybe it's just drifting. There we go. Still shooting. So. Anyway, that seemed to make it all worthwhile to me. If you if you want to know, I don't know that you did, but to actually be able to get out here and fight some of these ships and stuff, I think that must have been the last of his engine that I destroyed, and I'm not quite sure what it's targeting anymore, because you do want to be able to board a crippled vessel and take all the stuff. So I don't know if they changed that in the patch. I kind of hope not. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you on the other side.